Okay, so we're going to start sitting today. So just finding your comfortable seats, using a blanket to sit on like I am, if you like. Sitting with your legs crossed or with your legs out straight, and if you need to, you can even make sure you have a chair handy and sit yourself in a chair. So just sitting up as tall and straight as you can, just allowing your shoulders to relax down towards the floor. Relaxing your knees also towards the floor, relaxing your hips. And just grounding all those parts of your body that are in contact with the floor. And especially focusing on your sit bones. So really getting your sit bones nice and firmly rooted into the ground. And then from that place of rootedness, you can gently rise up tall through the body, through the spine, through the sides and the front of the body, through the neck, and up into the crown of your head, and start to have that nice feeling of being gently, lightly lifted up from the crown of your head, as if you're being supported from above. And then just, if you like, closing your eyes or just gazing down towards the floor, and just starting to become aware. First of all, let's be aware of what's going on outside of us. So any sounds that you're aware of, any sounds you can hear. Noticing the temperature of the room that you're in and the feel of that, of the air against your skin. Noticing the feel of the clothes against your skin. The weight of your body as it's on the floor. Perhaps any smells that arrive to your nose. And perhaps even any lingering tastes in your mouth. So just connecting to our senses outwardly, like they are normally. Normally we're quite connected to our outwardly senses. And then we've already closed the sense of sight by closing our eyes or looking downwards. So let's now just try to minimize the rest of the senses by taking our awareness inwards. And starting to observe inwardly how we're feeling physically. Noticing any areas of tightness or tension in the body. And perhaps using the breath to gently ease those areas if there are any. By just gently bringing the breath into any tension or tightness into the body. As you inhale, and then as you exhale, have a sense of letting that go, releasing it. Feeling the body softening and relaxing as you breathe. Without letting anything collapse, no collapsed shoulder or collapsed chest. Keep yourself nice and tall. And then taking your awareness now to the mind and the emotions. And just observing for a moment how you're feeling emotionally this morning. Whether your mind is running away with you, lots of thoughts, or whether the mind's a little bit more tranquil. And always remember not to judge or to criticize yourself for whatever's going on, whether it's in the physical body or in the mind or emotionally. Let's just accept what there is right now and know that we can work with whatever we've got, whatever's going on for us, we can work with that. And things change always anyway. So just noticing, observing. And then when you're ready, you can bring your hands together in front of your heart. Just gently press your thumbs in towards your sternum, palms together, fingers are together. Then spread your fingers out. The fingers represent the senses. So let's keep them drawn in. So keep them together. And then make your positive intention for today. Maybe you'd like to make one for the week or until the next class, whatever works for you. And when you've made this positive intention, you can bow your chin to your chest to acknowledge it and to make a promise to yourself to work with it. And then you can gently bring your head on top of the spine, relax the arms down. And we're going to start this morning standing up, so you can gently come up to standing, or sit on the cushion. Close the window. So we're going to start a little bit with a little bit of aerobic movements this morning. So you can start with your feet apart, wider than your hips, but not too wide. So, and you can do this at your own pace, but I would like to suggest that you do it fast enough to get your heart rate up a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring one knee up and touch it with the opposite hand, like this. And then if you like, with your free hand, you can stretch it up. So then you're getting even more of a bit of aerobic. So don't worry too much about your coordination. Just get the movement going and just make it vigorous enough to get your heart rate up a little bit. And what do you think you can't do anymore? Just keep going a little bit longer. You can slow it down if you need to. You might like to speed it up a little bit. But just keep going. We're not going to go for much longer now. Okay. Come back. Stand still, pause. Just take a few moments, get your breath back. Let your heart rate settle down a little bit. So hopefully you're feeling a nice sort of buzzy feeling in your body now. Really got the blood circulation going. So now we're just going to gently swing side to side. You can do this more vigorously again if you like. You can keep it gentle, you can make it faster. So try to really relax the arms. Let the arms be loose. And just inhale and let yourself swing one way and then exhale the other. So just let the arms be as loose and relaxed as possible. You can turn your head to look behind you, so getting a little bit of a movement in the neck as well. And again, you can really speed this up a bit, or you can keep it nice and slow, or somewhere in between. And again, we're just going to keep this going for a little while. Just getting the twisting body moving. Okay, and then you can slow down, coming back to the center once more. And then we're going to do a few side stretches, so maybe widen your feet a little bit more. And we're going to take one arm up and over as we inhale, to the side, and exhale, bring it down. Other side, inhale up and over, exhale to the other side. And again, we're just going to keep going with this. Keep breathing, move with the breath. If it feels better for you to go the other way with the breath, exhale over and inhale back down. Try that and see if that works better for you. So one more each side. And then again, come back to the center. So then we're just gonna, you can bring your feet back together a little bit closer, actually, not quite hip width distance, a little bit wider, but just a little bit closer. Bend at the knees. And then we're just gonna roll the spine down, rolling down slowly towards the floor. And then as we inhale, we're gonna roll back up again. So just going up, inhaling. And this time, as we exhale, you can bring your hands onto your back and lean back, pressing your hips forwards. Let the head go back. And exhaling, coming forwards and rolling down again. So we can do that a couple of times, just rolling up and down. Inhaling to come up. Exhaling as you go back. Inhaling to come back to the center. Exhaling to roll it down, bending the knees as you come down. You can just slide your hands up and down your legs. So just doing this to your pace. We're going to do another couple more. Inhaling up and exhaling, leaning back, getting up, back, bend in. And back to the center with the inhale and exhaling, rolling down. And just letting the back hang for a moment. Doing that little pause after the exhale before your inhale. Last one, coming back to the center, standing tall, relax the arms. Good, so let's come to the front of the mat now. We'll do a few salutes to the sun. So just standing nice and firm at the front of your mat in Tadasana. Grounding your feet, standing tall, open the chest, roll the shoulders back. Taking a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, hands down towards the floor. Bending the knees as much as you need to. Inhaling, stepping your right leg back. Lunge, low lunge. Hold your breath, plank pose. Exhale, dropping the knees, the chest between your hands, chin to the floor. Inhaling, lifting up into cobra. Exhaling to down dog. And as it's the first time we're in down dog, perhaps you'd like to stretch out the legs here. And then grounding both your heels to the floor, inhaling, stepping your right foot up. Exhaling the left foot. Head towards your legs, inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, hands back to the heart. Take a breath here, one full breath, just to pause and adjust. And then when you're ready, inhaling. And exhaling. Hands to the floor. Left leg back, inhale. Hold your breath, right leg back, plank pose. As you exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling down the facing dog. Inhale, or you can pedal the legs out for a moment here. Actually, let's do that on the first one. And then you can ground the heels towards the floor and inhale, step that left foot forwards. Exhale, right foot. All the way up. Inhale. Exhaling, hands back to your heart. Pause for one nice deep breath just to ground yourself, readjust. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg back. Hold the breath into plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, step the right foot forwards. Exhale, left foot. All the way up. Inhale. Exhaling, hands back to your heart. Left side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left back. Hold the breath, right back. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, forward. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. All the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, left leg back. Hold the breath, right leg back. Pull in with the front of your body here and then exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. You're not being very helpful, Rafa. Inhale, left foot forwards. Exhale, right foot. All the way up, inhale. And exhale, hands back to your heart. One more round, right and left. When you're ready, inhale. Exhaling to the floor. Right leg back, sorry. Inhale. Holding the breath. Left one back, plank pose, nice firm front body here. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right foot forwards. Exhale, left foot forwards. Inhaling all the way to stand, lean back slightly. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left leg back, inhale. Hold your breath. Right leg back, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhaling, cobra. Exhale, down, facing back. As you're ready, inhale, left foot comes forwards. Exhale, right. All the way up, inhale. And exhale, hands back to your heart. Relax your arms down by your sides. And just take a moment to pause, observe, breathe in mountain pose, Tadasana. So letting the breath and the heart come back to regular pace. And then we're just going to take the arms above the head into extended Tadasana. So as you inhale, take the arms up, reach the arms towards the sky. Really ground your feet, really press your feet into the floor, keep the knees soft, and rise up through the body. Shoulders remain relaxed, but you're stretching through the sides of the body, up into the arms and the fingertips. Nice deep breaths. One more breath here. And with your next exhale, slowly lower your arms back down. Pause for a moment, perhaps shake out the knees and the shoulders, the arms. And then you can interlock your fingers and turn the palms down towards the floor. So, and then we're gonna, as we inhale, come up on the toes and take the arms above the head. So as we inhale, coming up onto the toes, lifting the heels and lifting the arms above the head. Palms are now face towards the sky. And again, just stretch tall. Take a few nice deep breaths. And exhale, slowly lower back down. You can turn the palms back up again. Maybe keep the fingers interlocked. So we're going to do that again, and this time take it into a side stretch. So turn the palms back down towards the floor. As you inhale, come up onto your toes, raise your arms above your head. Stretch through the body. And as you exhale now, stretch over to one side. You can stay on your toes or you can lower your heels down at this point. As you inhale, if you've lowered your heels, come back onto your toes, stand straight. As you exhale, go to the other side. And again, if you want to, you can lower your heels. Inhaling, coming back to the center, coming back up on the heels if you lowered them. And exhale, release all the way down, our heels and arms. Relax and shake out those arms and fingers. Shake out those knees. Good. Okay, so we're gonna come into the a warrior sequence now. So take your feet wide on your mat, not too wide, but take your feet wide and have your hands on your hips. And then we're going to turn one foot up, so it's turning towards the long side of the mat, and swivel the back foot so it's about a 45 degrees, so we turn our hips then towards the first foot that we turned up, the short side of the mat. And at this point, you might like to widen your stance. So perhaps take your feet a little bit sort of wider apart, distance rather than long waist distance. And then we're going to just bend that front knee so it's above the ankle, warrior one pose. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. And really trying to ground your back leg, engage your back buttock, strong back thigh. Really grounded feet. Nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to lean the body forwards a little bit so that the body starts to come in line with your leg, the back leg. So you've got a nice line between your back leg and your body now. And gently shift your weight to that front foot and lift the back one up. So you might just stay with your toe still on the floor and just stay here and just get your weight towards the front foot so you're balancing, or you might be able to lift right up. And then we're going to lower the back foot down, turning the toes towards the long side of the mat this time and spreading the arms out to the sides. So we're now in warrior two pose. Chest is facing towards the long side of the mat, and you can gaze down the arm that's above your bent knee. Take a few nice deep breaths here. And then with your next inhale, the arm that's above your bent leg, raise that up towards the sky and let the other one relax back onto your neck. You can even tuck that arm onto the back if you like, with the palm out. Breathing, lifting the chest towards the sky, lengthening through both sides of the body. Even though your one side is closed, still try to lengthen through that side. And then we're going to inhale, come back to warrior two now. Sorry, exhale there. And then we're going to inhale, arms above the head, turn the feet so that they're parallel. And as you exhale, swivel yourself, bring your hands to your hips, swivel yourself round to warrior one. So again, maybe widen your feet so the front foot is facing towards the short side, the back foot's about a 45-degree angle, more or less. And if you want to widen that stance a little bit, bend the front knee so it's above the ankle. Inhale, take the arms up. Warrior one. Nice deep breaths. And then again, leaning your body forwards until you're more or less in line with your back leg. Shift your weight to the front and come into that warrior two pose, three pose, sorry. Arms out to the front or the side or even back towards your feet. And then as you come down, placing your back foot down so the toes are facing the long side of the mat now, arms out to the sides. Gazing down the arm above your bent leg, nice deep breaths. Inhaling the arm above your bent leg up and the other one down to contact the back leg or even onto the back if you prefer. Lengthening through both sides of your body, reverse warrior. Inhaling, coming back to warrior two. And then with another inhale, coming back to the center, arms up, feet parallel. As you exhale now, fold yourself forwards and down. So push your bum back, push your sit bones back, reach forwards with your body, reach forwards with the arms. If this doesn't feel good for your arms, you can have them on your hips. And bring yourself all the way down into a forward fold. Take your hands to the floor, more or less underneath your shoulders. As you inhale now, maybe lift the body up a little bit and really lengthen through your spine. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And then as you exhale, fold yourself a little deeper towards the floor. The knees can stay bent in this, especially if you're super tight on the backs of the hamstrings. If it's causing you pain, then please bend the knees. And just fold in, take a few nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to walk both our hands over to one side. Taking hold of the leg wherever you reach, lengthen as you inhale, and as you exhale, draw your body towards that leg. If you have your knees bent, try to keep the knees bent both the same. So don't have one knee bent and one leg straight. Try to keep them both the same, whether they're straight or both bent in the same degree. And then keeping hold of your leg with your opposite hand. So if it's your left leg, keep hold of your right hand. As you inhale, lift up. Lifting the arm up towards the sky, moving into a twist. And then exhale, come down. Walk yourself back to the center. Pause for a minute in center, maybe lengthen through your spine as you inhale for a moment there. And then with your next exhale, walk yourself over to the other side. Lengthen with your inhale, and as you exhale, draw your body towards the left. Breathing. With another inhale, turn your body up towards the sky, lift your arm up, your opposite. Same side arm as your leg, the opposite hand is holding the leg. Nice deep breaths. Exhaling to come back down and walking yourself back to the center. Once more, lengthen through your spine and exhale, fold a little bit more towards the middle, perhaps taking the hands behind you. If they'll go behind, maybe pointing the fingers back away from you, or just keeping them under the shoulders as you like. And now climbing up slightly so that your body is parallel to the floor, and turn your heels in so your toes are out. Bend at your knees, so your knees are going in the same direction as your toes. Bring your hands onto your hips and stand yourself up into goddess pose. So knees stay bent, facing it over the direction of your toes. Draw your tailbone down towards the floor. Pull your belly in a little bit, lengthen through your body, shoulders relaxed. And if you like, you can bring your arms out, and we'll do the posture that embodies Kali. So take your nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, stick your tongue out and exhale forcefully. And then you can bring your hands to your heart. Press your feet into the floor. Inhale, standing up, using your bum to help you stand up, really engaging those buttocks. Relax the arms. Wriggle your feet back together. And stand tall. Nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to make our way down to the mat, lying on your back. So just for a moment, relax in Shavasana. Just take a few breaths and just let go of all the effort that you just made in those standing postures. And then you can bring your legs together now. Stretch your arms overhead. Inhale, take a nice long stretch through the lower body, perhaps wriggling your fingers and your toes, maybe moving the wrists and the ankles as well as you stretch the whole body. And then as you exhale, now draw your right knee into your chest, or your left one, really, it doesn't matter. You're going to do the other one anyway. So pull one knee in towards your chest, and you can hug it in with your hands to begin with. So just hug it in as tight as you can, using the arms to help you. Keep your left leg nice and firm and straight. And then try to keep the leg pulled in with just the muscles of the leg. And so your hands stay on the leg, but you're releasing the pull from the hands and the arms. And the effort that you're pulling your knee in is now with the knee itself, or with the leg itself, the muscles in the leg. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, curl yourself up, your head and your shoulders to meet your knee. And again, try to do that by pulling in with your abdomen to pull yourself up, flattening your back into the floor, pulling in with your abdomen to lift your shoulders and your head. Take a couple of breaths here. Breaths will probably be quite short and shallow because it's difficult to breathe deep in this position. And
And then inhale and release. So now take hold of your foot with your same side hand. So I've got my right foot, so I've got it in my right hand. And you can take the inside of the foot or the outside edge of the foot. If you can't reach your foot, your knee wants to stay bent, you can take around the back of your knee. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, pull down on your foot, but press back up into your hand with your foot, and try to get your knee to go towards the floor. So the knee should be wider than your body, and it's heading towards your shoulder, with the sole of the foot facing towards the sky. So nice deep breaths here. So this is the half happy baby pose. Keep extending into your left leg, straight one, or whichever one's straight one. It's my left leg, but whichever one you've got straight, keep extending down into the foot of that leg. And then you can gently release that side, hug your knee in for a moment, and then just gently straighten that leg out. And then we'll do the same on the other side, so draw the opposite knee in. Hug it in tight first of all with your hands, so you're pulling it in with the effort of your arms as far as you can. And then release the effort of the arms and try to maintain that leg where it is by pulling in with the muscles of the leg now. Remember to keep firm the opposite leg, the straight one. And then as you exhale, flatten your back into the floor, draw in with your abdominal muscles and pull your head and shoulders up towards your knee. Take a few breaths here. Inhale and slowly relax it back to the floor. And then taking hold of the foot, either the outside or the inside edge or around the back of the knee if you need to. It's perfectly fine, everything works, as long as it's working, that's all that matters. So take it, well, even if you've got the back of the knee though, try and keep the sole of the foot towards the spine. So take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, pull it down. And if you find this with the back of the knee hard, take a hold of it with the other hand as well. And just try to get the knee to the outside edge of your body, so the knee sort of going wider than your chest. And wherever you're pulling, whether it's the back of the knee or the foot, you pull down, but you push back up at the same time, and that helps to really round your back into the floor. Nice deep breaths. Don't forget about your straight leg, keep it active. You could, of course, do this with a strap as well around the foot if you wanted to. And gently release that side, hug the knee in for a moment, and then straighten the leg out. Pause for a moment here, just take stock of how you're feeling. And then we're going to hug both the knees towards the chest. Wrap your hands around either the shins or the backs of the thighs. And again, really hug yourself in using your arms. And then try to maintain the position of the legs with the muscles of the legs and let go of the effort with the arms. So they might sort of bounce back a little bit, that's fine, just maintain as much as you can. Breathing. And then with your next exhale, press that back into the floor, engage the abdomen and draw the head and neck up towards the knees. Hold it there. Breathing, a shallow breath it will be. Don't worry about trying to breathe deep into the belly while you're doing this. And then letting yourself go back down as you inhale, lowering back to the floor. And then widening the knees, so your knees are wider than your chest. Taking hold of your feet or the backs of your knees, turning the soles of the feet towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, plunge down on your feet or the backs of your knees, pushing back up into the hands. And just breathe here in full happy baby. Trying to kind of press as much of your back down into the floor as possible, especially in the lower back. Shoulder blades grounded as well. And then you can release, hug your knees, and maybe you might like to rock a little side to side, or even make some circles with your knees at this point. And then keeping your knees bent, just place your feet on the floor and just experiment a little bit with moving your feet away from your body and then closer back towards your body, just to find out the optimal place of comfort for your back, for your feet. So find the place where your feet are that make your back feel most comfortable. And then wriggle your feet together and touch your ankles together. So you can feel your ankle bones, get those right next to each other, and then just gently step your feet back apart against their hip width. So then you know your feet are in line with each other. So then we're just going to take a little bit of what we call in somatics an arch flatten. So now I've got that in my head. So as you inhale, you arch the back up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you flatten your back into the ground. Inhaling, arching up. And exhaling, flattening down. And if you want to do this somatically, really do it slowly. Take your awareness into the movement. Really feel which part of your body is lengthening, which part of your body is shortening as you make this movement. And then come back to neutral and just pause and turn everything off for a moment. No effort. So now we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, ground the back into the floor. Gently engage the buttocks and the thighs, and as we inhale, lift the hips up into bridge pose. Feeling extension from or lengthening from your hips over your thighs towards your knees, and you're contracting your buttocks to hold it up, really pressing those toes and the feet into the floor. Nice deep breaths here. One more breath, and then as you exhale, lower it down, rolling the spine down, vertebral bottom. And finally releasing into your natural position for the back. Take a breath here. And then we're going to come back up again. So with the next exhale, ground your back into the floor, pressing the back down, contracting the belly. And then as we inhale, contracting the buttocks, the glutes, and lifting up into the bridge pose. Feeling that length across the front of the body. Contraction in the back of the body. Nice deep breath. And if you want to, you can lift a leg. And bring it down. Try to place it back from where it came from. Not always so easy. Lift the other leg. And bring it down. Lift the hips again, squeeze the buttocks, lift those hips up. And exhale, roll your spine back down to the floor. Nice. Hug your knees towards your chest. Perhaps rock a little side to side, make some circles. See what feels nice. And then we're gonna bring your feet to the floor, roll yourself over, and bring yourself up into cat pose. Cat pose, my cat won't get off my mat. There, you can sit on the block, that's much more convenient. So we're going to come into cat pose. So hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, lengthening through your spine to begin with, having your head so that it's on line with your spine and not dropping towards the floor or lifting towards the sky. So basically the best way I find to do this is to look down in between my hands and focus on lengthening from my tailbone all the way through my spine into the crown of my head, through the neck into the crown of the head. And then gently pull in the front of the body, so you're not arching up, but you're just pulling the front of the body towards the back of the body. And we're going to start with an inhale. So as we inhale, let the back sink down, let the tailbone and the head raise. And as we exhale, arch the back up, tucking the tailbone and chin under. So this is a really similar movement to what we were doing on our back just now. But you can go into it a little bit deeper because we've got the freedom of the no floor in the way to block the movement of the back. So just arching up, sinking the back down, arching the back up, moving with the rhythm of your breath, feeling the movement of your spine, the undulation of the spine. I like to visualize the movement starting from my tailbone and moving up the spine in both directions. But you might like to visualize it going up on one way, coming down on the other. You can play with that and see what feels nice for you. And then come back to your neutral, flat back, tuck your toes under, push your hands into the floor and lift your hips up and back, pressing your chest and your belly towards your thighs, really grounding your hands, spreading those fingers. Try to ground them heels towards the floor as much as possible for you. Maybe stretch out those legs by bending and straightening one at a time. And then you can lift one leg up towards the sky, stretch it up, hold it there for a breath or two, and then as you inhale, step it up in between your hands. So your knees about above your ankle, and then you can bring your other knee towards the floor. Put some padding under it if you need to, or even keep it off the floor if you need to. Lengthen forwards, pull your shoulders away from your ears, lengthen through your spine, lengthen into the crown of the head. Feel yourself nice and grounded. You can turn the toes back or keep the toes tucked under on the back foot, it's up to you. And as you inhale, calm up now. Nice deep breaths as you stretch up, a little bit of a back bend here. Keep the core nice and contracted. Buttocks, keep the belly pulled in, so you're not dumping into your lower back, and the back bend is happening more in the upper back. And then we're going to stretch the arms out to the sides, and then we're going to inhale, lengthen, and as we exhale, twist the body facing to the direction of the leg that's forwards. And then you can bring your opposite elbow. So I've got my left leg forward, so my right elbow is going to go onto my left knee. And you can bring your palms together and maybe move a little deeper into that twist. Gently press your palms together. Inhale to rise up, stretching back up. Exhale, bringing the hands to the floor, top those back toes under if you turn them back, and step yourself back into your downward dog. You can lift up the leg if you like, stretch up, and then bring the leg back down to the floor. Take a moment, pedal out the legs. Ground both your heels and lift the other leg up. Inhale. Hold it there for a breath or two. And then with your next inhale, step it up in between the hands. So take a moment to get your front knee above your ankle, ground that back foot, back knee rather, or not, depending on your knees. Draw your shoulders away from the ears, lengthen the body. You might want to come right up onto your fingertips, and you could also have your hands on a block at this point. I'm not going to grab the blocks because the cat's sat on them, so I don't want it to disturb them. But you can have your hands raised up higher on the block. And then once you've found yourself nice and grounded and strong here, as you inhale, come up into the crescent moon pose. Lengthening through the spine, pulling in with your lower abdomen. Nice deep breath. Feel that energy buzzing all the way up through your body. Nice and grounded into the earth, rising tall towards the sky. And then you can take your arms out to the sides and slowly twist as you exhale towards the front leg side. Nice deep breaths. And then bringing your opposite elbow onto the knee, the front knee. Bringing the palms of the hands together. Putting a little bit of pressure between the knee and the elbow in both directions. And the same with the hands, a little bit of pressure between the hands. And then gently twist a little bit further if possible. Nice deep breaths. Trying not to displace the knee from above the ankle. So don't push on with the knee and push the knee over to the side. Or the same thing, don't push the knee and push your elbow out to the side. Try and keep the knee above the ankle. So you're really feeling a nice, strong connection through all parts of the body that are in contact with each other. And then when you're ready, inhaling to stretch up. Exhaling, hands to the floor. Tucking those back toes under if you untuck them. And then stepping back into down dog, reaching the leg high if that feels good for you. And bringing the leg down. Stretch out those legs again one last time. And then we're going to bring the knees to the floor and come into child pose. Remember your child pose options. If child pose is not available for you, if it's not good for you today or never good for you, you can do this on your back. You can sit with your knees hugged. And just rest wherever you are. Rest completely. Let go in child pose. And then you can come up slowly, sit yourself up,
And sit yourself with your legs stretched out to the front. So we're just going to warm up the shoulders a little bit because we're going to do so if you want to do the shoulder warm up with the legs crossed, you can, or you can stay with the legs sitting out to the front. If you want to sit on something like the cushions, you can do that also. So bring your fingertips onto your shoulders. Inhaling, bringing the elbows up, and exhaling, bringing them down. So making some nice big circles. Just beginning to warm up the shoulders a little. We haven't done much with the shoulders. Well, we have, but not specifically for the shoulders. Okay, and then you can stretch your arms out and give yourself a hug. So remember which arm's going on top. Bring your arms around you. See if you can grab hold of your shoulder blades or just take your hands around your body as far as you can. And then just move your upper body side to side a little. And if you're in isolation on your own, believe me, this is wonderful. Give yourself a hug. It's so nice. And then keep your elbows locked together. Bring the palms, or the forearms vertically rather. Press the backs of the hands towards each other. So this is the eagle pose arms. And then if possible, you can bring your lower hand, bring it towards your face, and then press the fingertips onto the palm of your hand. Squeeze your arms together. If you can't get there with the fingers, don't worry, just keep pressing the backs of the hands together. Even if you're this far apart, it doesn't matter at all. Just make that energy moving the arms towards each other. So nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to unravel the arms. Stretch them out to the sides, stretch them back as far as they'll go, and then remembering which side you were on last time, wrap the other one over at the top. Give yourself that nice hug again. Move a little side to side. And then squeezing those elbows together, bring the backs of the hands towards each other, forearms are vertical now. And you can try bringing your lower hands, fingers onto the palm of the higher hand, squeezing together in eagle pose, squeezing those arms together, eagle pose arms. Keep breathing. And then we're going to release those arms, stretch them out wide again, stretch them out wide if you can. And then you can bring them back in and just give them a little shake out for a moment. So now we're going to take one arm up and drop the hand down the back. So put your fingertips on your spine. So the palm of your hand is facing towards the spine here. You can then take hold of the elbow with the other hand and maybe ease the elbow up and back slightly and see if you can wriggle your fingers a little bit further down on your back. And then try and maintain this position as much as possible with the arms. The other arm can go all the way around, wind it around the back and turn the back of your hand, of your lower hand, onto the back so the palm is facing outwards. And see if you can wriggle your fingers closer towards each other, perhaps even grabbing hold of your fingers if they reach. You can also use a strap to bring them together, or you can just simply press your hands into your back. The top one with the palm towards the back and the bottom with the palm facing out. So just stay here for a moment, take a few nice deep breaths. And then release. And I like to kind of do a little snaky thing with my arms when I come out of that, so you can have a go at that if you like. Take the other arm up,
Take it down your back. Take the elbow with the other hand, just to assist, draw it up and back slightly, wriggle those fingers a bit further down the spine. So remember the top hand, the palm is against the back, towards the back. Bring the other one round and behind, and this time the back of the hand is against the back, the palms facing out. See if you can wriggle those fingers towards each other as much as you can. If you can take the hold of them, great. If not, great. Just work with whatever you've got. Press the backs of the hands or use a strap. Nice deep breaths. Just opening the chest, opening the shoulders here. And then you can release. Do that little snaky arm thing if you like. Okay, so the reason we practice that is because we're going to do the cow face posture. So this can be quite tricky. So one version I've discovered and I quite like is to keep one leg straight and just do a sort of half version. And to get the real feeling of this posture in the top leg, I like to place something underneath the knee. So it can be a block or buckle set on my blocks, so I'm using a folded cushion. So if you know that you can do this posture without, with both legs, no problem at all. You can also try doing it with both legs, but I'm going to explain first of all doing it with one leg straight. So you have the leg straight out with a little bit of a raise. So the other leg comes over like you might do for the half spinal twist. And then you take the foot and draw the heel back towards your hip. So I've got my right leg on top, so my right foot is back by my left hip. And then you try as much as possible to align the knees one on top of the other. Now, of course, you might be somewhere like this. This is totally fine. Just take it to wherever it feels comfortable for you. So this is, in my mind, the half cow face pose with the legs. And it's great because you get that really nice stretch on your outer thigh of the top leg, just in the same way you do when you've got the full pose. So if you want to do the full pose, you can bring the bottom leg under also. So then the other foot is back by the other hip. So this is the full pose of the legs. So either of those options is great. I'm just going to continue with this one. So just rest your hands on your top knee and just pause for a moment there and take a few deep breaths. Just let the weight of your hands relax and soften. If you like, you can even, where you're feeling a stretch, you can even give a little bit of love by just rubbing the hands up and down where you're feeling the most intenseness in the body. This really helps to make that brain-body connection and helps you to release muscles where they're kind of clinging on a bit tight, perhaps because they're not used to doing this or something. So then you can bring your hands one onto your foot, the foot that's back by hip. Bring your hands onto that foot. Bring the other hand, it would go if you have both your legs bent onto the other foot. But if you've got your foot out straight, then just place it on the floor, more or less in line with the other hand. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, just fold yourself forwards over your leg, which will intensify the stretch a little bit on the top outer thigh. So just take a few deep breaths there. And coming up, releasing. So now I've got my right leg on top, so I'm going to lift my left arm up, opposite arm up, and drop it down the back. Bring the other one round and bring those fingers together like we did before, or pressing the backs of the hands, or pressing the hands rather into the back, because one will be the palm, the other one will be the back of the hand, and just lift up nice and tall.
So give you nice deep breaths. Try and have the head free, so you don't want the head to be pushed down by the arm. Try and have the head free so it can sit on top of the spine. And gently release your arms from that little snake out. And then release your legs and slide your raise under the other knee. And then you can bring the other leg over, drawing your foot back towards your hip. Trying to align as much as possible your knees, one above the other. And then just placing the hands on top of the knees, sitting for a moment, pausing, breathing. And remember, you can always take the option of the full posture, just as a reminder. And then you can bring your hands, one onto the foot, one onto the floor, or both onto the foot. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, gently fold forwards. Coming up, inhaling. And then taking the opposite arm up, reaching towards the sky, dropping it down the back, palm towards the back. Reach around with the other hand, wriggle those fingertips together if possible. And really lift up tall. Take nice deep breaths here. And then you can release your arms. Snake them out. And gently release out your legs. Give them a little shaker. So now, because we closed the hips in, cross them in, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and take the hips out in the opposite direction. Remember, you can sit on a cushion for this. Take hold of your toes or even your ankles or your shins. Sit up nice and tall and straight. And let's just gently move the knees up and down. So as you inhale, they come up. As you exhale, push them towards the floor. And you can do this. I like to do this in rhythm with my breath, so it's not particularly fast. But some people like to bounce it a bit more vigorously. I don't mind which one you choose. It's completely up to you. So the next time your knees go towards the floor, press them down, hold them down, and focus on really sitting tall, lengthening through the spine, lengthening into the crown of the head, really grounding those sit bones, just pushing those knees towards the floor as much as possible without straining, without giving yourself pain. And then gently releasing the effort. And taking your hands behind you now. Keep your feet as they are. Take your hands behind you. Doesn't matter which way your fingers point. Point the fingers away from you, point them towards you. Up to you. Roll your shoulders back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as you inhale, lift your heart. And as you lift your heart, maybe you can even press your knees a bit more towards the floor as well. Just let the head go back a little bit so that you're opening the throat, but you're not crushing the back of your neck, so you've got length in the front and the back of your neck. Nice deep breaths, really breathing deep into the chest. Of course, if you have any neck issues, you can just as well keep the chin nice and tucked towards the chest. You've been squeezing those shoulder blades. This helps to really open the chest. And then exhale, release. Stretch your feet away from you rather than bringing your knees together. Stretch your feet away from you. And then you can just shake out those legs, shake out those hands and arms. Maybe flick your fingers. Shake out the whole body. Okay, let's come down. No, before we come down, we're going to do a little seated twist. So just bring one foot across the other. So your one foot is to the outside edge of your knee, the other leg can stay straight, or again, if you want to, you can tuck this foot back by your hip, but that's completely up to you. Whichever knee is up, that hand goes behind you and the other hand goes onto the knee. Take a nice deep breath and lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, gently draw your body towards the direction of the knee that's up. So if your right knee is up, you're going towards the right, and perhaps wrap your arm a little deeper around your knee. Perhaps the elbow can hook round or halfway down the forearm, or even maybe taking your arm right the way over, or even maybe bringing your hand up. Lots of different variations you can choose from there. Keep your straight leg active, so this one's not just floppy, it's active. And breathe into this lovely twist. Inhaling, returning to the center. Stretching out the leg. If you want to, you can also twist the other way briefly. Stretching out the leg and bending the other one, bringing the foot to the outside edge of the opposite knee. Sitting nice and tall. Same side hand behind you, other hand onto the knee. Lengthen as you inhale and, pardon me, exhaling, moving to the same side as your leg is up. So for me, it's my left. Wrapping the arm around as much as you want around the knee. Trying to draw the knee in towards the body with the effort of the leg as well, not just the arm. Relaxing your shoulders, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, maybe moving a bit deeper into that twist. And then just really breathing, letting go. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Perhaps twisting the other way briefly if you like. Stretch your legs out. Again, give it all a little shake. And then you can prepare yourself for Shavasana. So coming down onto your back. Maybe covering yourself with a blanket. Perhaps putting a little eye mask. I've got a little eye mask. It's really nice if you have one to cover your eyes. So the weight of the mask of darkness helps you to relax even more. So just, if you like as well, another nice thing to do is have a little bit of a raise underneath the knees, a rolled up blanket or mat, or cushion. I've got a long cushion which serves very well. So just get yourself super comfortable in your Shavasana. You can have your arms out to the sides with the palms up. Let the feet be flopping out to the sides with the legs a little separated. Make any last adjustments. If you want, you can also rest your hands on your body. This sometimes I find very comforting. I quite like resting like this. Sometimes with my hands just on my body. Usually I have one on my belly and one on my chest, but you can have both on your belly just as easily. And just finding that most comfortable Shavasana position for you and just really letting yourself sink into it. So just taking the next few moments to really observe all the different sensations in your body, how you're feeling after the practice, what stuff came up for you physically, what stuff came up for you mentally, emotionally. Just do a little check-in, like we did at the beginning, do a little check-in now. And then just taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, sighing that breath out and just really letting go of anything that is not serving you, letting go of any tightness, any tension physically, any worries or doubts in your mind, any anger or sadness. And you can do that as many times as you feel you need to, just breathing in deeply and letting that out with a sigh, letting the breath out with a sigh. And with that sigh, just letting go of anything that needs to be let go of. And then when you feel ready, let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And just allow yourself to be now, no more doing. Just allow yourself to be still, to be relaxed, to be you. Start to gently bring your awareness back from wherever it is right now. Be aware of the room that you're lying in. Be aware of your position, the position of your body on the floor. And begin to bring some gentle movement to the body, moving the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Beginning to stretch the arms and the legs, however it feels good for you at this moment. Perhaps you'd like to hug your knees towards your chest and gently rock a little side to side. Maybe making some circles with your knees. And when you feel ready, you can roll yourself over onto your right side. Gently come up into a comfortable seated position. So when you're seated nice and comfortably, sit up really tall and straight, relaxing your shoulders. And let's bring the left hand over the heart and place the right hand on top of it. Connecting into our heart center. Our center, joy of compassion, unconditional love, tolerance. The heart is said to be the seat of the soul, or the Atman as it's called in yoga, in Sanskrit. Our true self, our true nature. The part of us that is eternal, that is always at peace, that is full of love and joy. So let's just try to connect now with that eternal, joyful, compassionate, loving, peaceful stillness within us. Just watching your breath and allowing all else to drop away. Whatever's going on in the world outside, in your world, in the world in general. Just for these next few minutes, just let it melt away. And just be aware of your beating heart. And that stillness, peace, bliss, love that lies within it. Your true self, your true nature. As you feel ready now, bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart. Take a moment to remember that intention that you made at the beginning of the class. And try to stay with that feeling of peace, of bliss, stillness throughout your day. Try to remember to connect with it during your day, placing your hand on your heart, connecting, especially when you're struggling, when something's annoying you, when you feel sad, alone. Just place your hand on your heart and connect to that total peace and bliss that you have within you, that is your true nature. Throw your chin to your chest now and take a moment to say thank you to yourself for making the effort to practice today, for making the effort to work on yourself. Let's chant 3 ohms together and then shanti, shanti, shanti. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Inhale to begin. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Inhale, stretch the arms above your head. Exhale to fold forwards and down, Sharingata Mudra. Surrender goes. Surrendering ourselves to the universe, to Mother Nature, and to all that comes our way. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, hands in front of your heart. Hari Om, Tat Sat. Namaste. Thank you.